It's not every day you see a potential Hong Kong Olympian carrying a kayak made of plastic bottles around town. But then again, it's not every day that the sharpest minds in the plastics industry converge in one place to discuss the future of a product that's part of our everyday lives.
So plasticity is a big discussion on plastic. It's really about the future of plastic and where the leaders are going in innovation, design, packaging, materials, recycling, and really solutions so that we can use plastic in our daily lives. There's no way we can get away from it. But how can we use it so we're not creating a plastic footprint?
Today, more than 150 people gathered at the 2013 Plasticity Forum to learn what industry, entrepreneurs, individuals and governments are doing to reduce the amount of plastic that ends up in landfill or in the ocean.
The event is something very unusual and impressive because it brings together stakeholders, not only from customers and markets and suppliers, but also from government and non-governmental organizations, where we all share the same interest. It is remarkably to be seen that we are not fighting each other, but we are working for a common solution.
Hong Kong's Under-Secretary for the Environment, Christine Low, also spoke at the forum.
As a government official in charge of environmental policy, it's very good to be able to work with people who are passionate about the issue. Secondly is that they can bring together a group of members of the public and stakeholders who can learn together and then to be inspired by people who have exceptional ideas.
And the whole rationale for doing this event is about the environment and about the ocean, but it's a real business conference. When we were in Rio and people saw some of this logo, some people said, oh, that's like the plastic industry who's coming to Rio and they're trying to say their stuff. And they weren't sure if they should go. And the NGOs were thinking, ooh, maybe we shouldn't go there. And when people came, they were so refreshed and so interested in the discussion and the group of people who are all different experts and who are all part of this team, who can really be there at the beginning as part of the tipping point, which I think is starting to come in this space.
Founder Doug Woodring made it clear this was not a plastic bashing exercise. It's about getting business, entrepreneurs and innovators in one room to swap ideas on the progress being made in terms of reducing our plastic footprint.
We're taking, in our case, greenhouse gas, that carbon in the atmosphere that's causing global warming, we're turning that into plastics. So turning yesterday's greenhouse gas into today's performance consumer products.
Well, MBA Polymers is the leader in the world at recycling plastics from end-of-life computers, electronics, automobiles, and now municipal solid waste. Basically, we mine plastics from some of the world's largest and most complicated plastics waste streams.
This doesn't mean we can't use plastic, but it means using it smarter, better and more efficiently, so that it doesn't put a strain on the waste infrastructures in our communities or the environment, where today a lot of it still ends up.
So I decided to build a plastic bottle kayak using only bottles that I collect from school and do it as a personal project as in year 11. I connected the bottles from the top to the end, made it into a tube-like structure.
I believe the public education and also the awareness mobilization are the two most important factors in keeping a successful recycling system running.
A lot of these great new ideas or technologies now need to scale, and this is where plasticity comes in, to aggregate leaders for engagement.
It's the rock stars of the plastic world who are doing new things, and they're looking for collaborators, they're looking for partners, they're looking for ways to scale up their solutions for industry and for communities that they work in.
A range of innovations and ideas were discussed over the course of the day related to design, biomaterials, and how recycling plastic can be a profitable business.
Once you create value, there is a business to be made. There is a lot of livelihood to go create new jobs, new growth stories that's going to come from all our old problems. And I think that's both beneficial to the environment and also beneficial to the economy.
But it wasn't just entrepreneurs explaining how they're cashing in on this revolution. A range of brands and industries were hinting what they're looking for from potential clients.
We also have a corporate responsibility to be innovative in putting forward the new types of plastic. So it was really interesting to see that we've got options on not just recycling, but more importantly, I think, the fourth R, which is renewable.
A garden reception was held afterwards where attendees could discuss and network in a relaxed setting and expand on the contacts and ideas that were generated by the event.
We met some really fabulous people here too. You're to be congratulated.
Because what happened, there was people from all kinds of backgrounds, people with all kinds of opinions, people with all kinds of emotional intelligence, people with a lot of technical expertise, all working together for one single solution. I thought it was very smart.
It's not about just throwing plastic away, because we cannot. I mean, but how can we use it in another way that it's more intelligent?
There are so many innovative solutions out there for plastic, and frankly it just needs a leap of faith. There's so much innovation, there's so much will, we've just got to get to the grips with this issue, but it's fantastic, really.
Stay tuned for the next Plasticity event in 2014, if not before. Justin Wiley for Ant Media TV.